is Sunday Night Baseball. We are back in the saddle again for the 2024 season. Thank you to Cadillac Jackson for the use of elevator for our special events. It's been a rough afternoon for Cap. I've got a splitting headache. My back is hurting like hell. I'm pumped myself full of ibuprofen and some iced tea. So hopefully I'll feel better as this show goes along.
Well, here's hoping, because this could either be a very interesting game, seeing who's on the mound today, or it's going to be
Steven Matz versus
blowout.
Gavin Stone. Well, we know Steven Matz is either going to.
We know what Matz can do, and we know what Matz is more than likely going to do.
Yes,
and
we know what he can do. We know what he can't do. Gavin Stone, this likes to be the first time I believe I've watched him pitch.
This
in a regular season.
Is he a prospect? Is this his first?
Yeah, I believe this is his first full year at the major league level.
Well, welcome to the show, kid.
Well, my bracket is fucked now that Tennessee dropped a deuce.
Yeah, I was so close, man. And Ray in the chat says happy Easter, and Bama in the Final Four. Bama made it a lot farther than anybody thought, but they still have to get past UConn.
A lot farther than I thought. My national champion's still alive. I've lost my runner-up. I've lost a Final Four team. I am clinging to UConn with my talons.
But UConn might have the best chance of going back to back, and I still don't think it's happened in the time of the Natty Championship, has it?
Have we? I think Florida did it one year. I want to say Florida did it one year.
Men's National Championship history.
And Arkansas almost did it one year, in 94 and 95. We won it in 94. I think 95 we got to the championship and lost.
So the Natty goes all the way back to 39. So Maddie's going to be looking for a hot fucking minute.
Maddie's Natties.
I forgot they canceled the 2020 season due to the vid.
Yeah, they pretty much canceled the 2020 period.
Villanova almost did it if North Carolina didn't split them up. Florida did it 06, 07. I believe that's whenever I was watching as a kid. So, yeah, I remember that one. That was with Joakim Noah and shit like that.
Yeah, Florida had a hell of a run there.
Duke did it 92, 91. North Carolina did it 83, 82. So, UCLA, God. UCLA. 1973, 72, 71, 70, 69, 68, and 67.
Yeah, that was...
Mind you, UCLA had 3 undefeated teams that year and went the entire way 3 times.
Yeah, that was back when UCLA was an absolute beast.
Cincinnati did it. Yeah, so whenever you get towards the, older years... Yeah. Do it, Maddie. Do it for the people. Hey, I trusted us too. Trust me. My money trusted me. But
thank God.
We got really close.
I was really scared for a minute. I had turned on the radio broadcast and I was hearing it completely in Spanish. And I was like, what the? I was like, I had it on the Spanish station, not LA Dodgers 570. Soy sauce.
Longtime viewers of us will know that. To this day, I don't think I've laughed harder on stream than when Suge popped that out.
So let's go through the scores today. Orioles dropped one to the Angels, 4-1. Braves lost a close one to the Phillies, 5-4. I'm pretty pissed at the Braves because yesterday I had Max Fried on my fantasy team. He went all of 2 1/3 inning.
That is not Max Fried like.
and they yanked him.
Was he getting that ass beat?
3 walks, 3 earned runs, 3 hits in 2 1/3 inning.
That is atrocious numbers.
Brewers beat the Mets 4-1. The Mets are 0-3 to start the year out. As our good buddy 5 Point Vid said, this is going to be a long Mets season.
I love that there is a sketch meme of him for this specific time of year.
The unrelenting Metting. Pirates are 4-0. They beat the Marlins 9-7. Pirates are off to one hell of a start. Jared Jones,
the rookie.
they
started off really good last year too, though, and then they really fell off.
Jared Jones got his first win of his career yesterday. Blue Jays beat the piss out of Tampa 9-2.
Dude, there's been a lot of blowouts this season, and we're only like 4 games in.
We're going to get to some blowouts. Reds beat the Natties 6-5. The Royals beat the Twins 11-0. Brady Singer
in a game that I thought was a shoo-in for Minnesota to walk away with. Nope.
The Yankees are 4-0 to start the season. They beat the Astros again today 4-3. It's going to be an even longer season if the Yankees are going to be good. Cubs beat the Rangers 9-5. Guardians dropped 1 to the Oakland Athletics, giving Oakland their first win of the year. Boston gets a nice win today over the Mariners. Boston up 5-1 in that one. Garrett Whitlock pitched a pretty damn good game. Gets his first win of the season. So Matty's Red Sox are 2-2 to start the season.
Average Red Sox.
The Rockies dropped 1 to the Diamondbacks 5-1. The Rockies are now 1-3 to start the year. Diamondbacks 3-1. And the Padres 13-4 over the Giants.
Yeah. Well, I felt like the Padres were going to have a good game whenever I saw, what was his name? Dalton Jennings with a U? Like who was the Giants starter today? Something Jennings?
Let me take a look at the box score here.
It's a kid that I haven't heard of before. Against the Padres batting order, which minus Juan
Jeffries.
Soto is.
Yeah, he gave up in 2 innings. He gave up 9 hits, 9 runs, 5 of them earned, and 2 homers. So we are about to get things cracking here. It is top of the first.
Raymond asks, "What do you think about what The Rock did after Raw went off?" Did you see the tweet? Did you see the?
Yep. Rock is doing some classic phenomenal Rock heel work. The lineup for the Cardinals tonight, leading off, Brendan Donovan, left fielder in the 2-hole, Paul Goldschmidt. In the 3-hole, Gorman, second base, Nolan Arenado hitting cleanup, Contreras the catcher batting 5th, Burleson the DH, Walker in right field in the 7-hole, Scott the second in center field in the 8th, and the 9-hole is Wynn the shortstop. Steven Matz is the starting pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals. Gavin Stone the starting pitcher for the Dodgers. We shall see how Stone does.
Let me see if there's any information on Mr. Stone. All right, last year he only totaled a 1-1 record. He only totaled a 1-1 record last year, a 9 even ERA.
Yeah.
22 strikeouts with over 150 at bat or 150 batters faced, and a WHIP of 1.9.
And he gets the first pitch strike on Donovan.
Okay, here's his actual stats. So last year he pitched 8 games. He started 4. So this will be his first full season starting.
Yes.
He gave up 8 home runs, 13 walks, and struck out 22 people. 31 earned runs in 4 games started.
And starts it out 2 strikes and a ball to Brendan Donovan.
Holy shit. They fucking did it, Cap. North Carolina State.
I should have gone with my head there. I thought NC State was going to have a nice run. And that is going to be strike 3 for Brendan Donovan.
Is that a called strike 3 or is it a swing and strike 3?
It was a swing and a dropped third strike, but picked back up. So that is going to go down as a strikeout for Gavin Stone as he begins the evening well against the Cardinals leadoff hitter. Goldschmidt up to bat, and he takes strike 1, looking 96-mile-an-hour four-seamer right down the pipe.
That's something that, we talk about a lot. These kids that are coming into the league now, it's another strike swinging on a 94-mile-an-hour cutter. Holy shit, this kid's got heat.
He got some gas.
But that's something that, we talk about here, there, left, right.
And
These
Goldschmidt strikes out swing on an 88-mile-an-hour changeup.
On 3 pitches, he's down. But these kids coming in here throwing 100 miles an hour out of fucking college is insane. Out of high school for some of them.
Well, Strasburg, remember whenever he was at San Diego State, he was hitting like 102, 103.
It's one of the reasons why he was scouted so high.
Yeah. Struck out 22 in 1 game in college.
Which is still, I believe, a South Carolina fucking
San Diego State.
It's that division or San Diego. But isn't that also like the divisional record too? Like nobody's thrown 22 strikeouts in the division?
I believe it still stands, yes. And it is 1-1 to Gorman. 95-mile-an-hour four-seamer, 88-mile-an-hour changeup. Gavin is looking good to start this one out.
This kid is... And his location is really good. All of those pitches against Goldschmidt, according
right
to
where they need to be.
According to Pitch Tracker, we're all inside the zone, and that's not something you do to a batter like Goldschmidt, who can take anything you give him and send it into the upper deck.
Goldschmidt still has a damn good eye at the plate. He doesn't still have the same pop off the bat as he used to, but he's still got a pretty good eye at the plate.
No, but if that eye and the bat are on, on the same level, he's still probably going to get 25 over the fence this year.
Looks like, looking at our fantasy standings, Casey Lilly is in first place. Bases loaded, 3 outs. Who is that? That's J3. Strike 3. Stone strikes out the side.
What a way to start the season, kid.
The Brew Crew is in third place.
Lakers are beating the dog shit out of the Nets at halftime.
Looks like Cap is in 4th. Matty is in 5th.
Holy shit, I'm not in the cellar.
Steve Champagne 6th. Justin Orr 7. Deep shot to left by Castellanos is in 8th. The Tennessee Banjos 9. Dev is in 10th. And the Glitzy Goblins bringing up the rear. Yeah, Matty, you've had a decent start. I'm only ahead of you by 3.5 points.
That's not bad. That is not bad. I've been trying again. There's something going on with ESPN's mobile app or ESPN Fantasy's mobile app because that shit's just not wanting to.
I've been using it all day and I haven't had any problems with it. You might want to restart your phone.
Yeah, I was about to say my mobile app is what's acting up. I've uninstalled it and reinstalled it, so it should be coming back soon.
Okay. Yeah, Matty, looking at your team right now, you're pitching pretty decently. Hitting-wise,
which is shits. I grabbed my team for the pitching, goddammit.
My team batting-wise is the drizzling shits. But my pitching, I'm 8th in innings pitched, 8th in strikeouts, 9.5 quality starts, 9th in ERA, 8th in whip, and 10th in saves and hold. And had Max Fried not just shat the bed yesterday. By the way, have you had a chance to try out MLB Big Inning, their version of Red Zone? this season?
No, I have not. I need to give that a try.
I've watched it a few times so far this year.
Is it as good, or are they still working out their kinks?
Well, it's not like they focus on. They have the game in they have the games in boxes. But the guy who is the commentator for it, holy shit! I believe they have that guy on intravenous anesthesia. He is boring as fuck. It's one of the guys for MLB Network, but Jesus Christ, that guy needs an injection of adrenaline. Nuggets versus Spurs on Tuesday.
Jokic versus Wemby. Vassell versus Porter. That's going to be
what time do they play on Tuesday? We'll be doing the RAWBall cast. We can listen to Maddie's.
Let me see. I want to say it might be going while we're live, but it could also be the day game. Nuggets.
Mookie Betts takes strike one looking, 94-mile-an-hour sinker from Steven Matz. Steven Matz 10 years ago was one of the up-and-coming, supposedly going to be a great pitcher for the Mets. Steven Matz did not become that for the Mets. Ah, crikey.
Yeah, it'll be over by the time we go live, but it'll be something to talk about. Steven Matz, this is his, second go-around as a Card? Third go-around as a Cardinal?
I think this is his first go-around. He came up with the Mets, and then he bounced around. I think this is his first go with the Cardinals.
Okay, I could have swore this is his second go with us. But, yeah, no, like you said, Cap, this is a kid that came in. So much potential around him, so many eyes on him, and
the Mets met him.
Do what the Mets do.
Another successful Metting. Sinker. Mookie Betts takes another sinker. Another sinker looking. 95-mile-an-hour sinker. Betts leading off for the Dodgers. Ohtani in the 2-hole. Freddie Freeman in the 3. Hernandez batting cleanup.
Look at that that run of 1 through 4 and tell me that is not what you fucking hate to see as a starting pitcher.
You wouldn't want to deal with that, but also don't forget, that Will Smith, the normal catcher, he's getting the day off. So I would say those 5. They just gave Smith $140 million extension for a catcher.
Yeah, there's a couple of bench players on the field today, like Outman's out there today. Backup catcher and Barnes is out there.
Betts lines out to Donovan. Ohtani is up. Freeman on deck. Hernandez in the hole.
But we talked about this last year as well, because the Padres had one of the scariest 1 to 5 we've ever seen.
I said when we were doing our prediction, I was like, this is the scariest lineup I think I've ever seen.
And the Red Sox, they had a damn good 1 to 5 for the longest time, too.
Ball 1 to Ohtani, sinker, 95 miles an hour, way outside.
Foul ball, change up.
So you're like 1 pitch ahead of me.
I'm still just blown away by that kid Gavin Stone striking out the side.
Dodgers have shown they know how to develop pitchers.
Ball 2 with a slider almost exactly where that sinker was. All the fucking way out there.
They are working Ohtani down and away and way out and away.
Well, you kind of have to.
Yeah, he does swing a mean stick. I'm not saying this is a bad move on Matz's part. It's actually one of the smarter things I've seen him do in a while. Yeah, don't pitch to this guy. Oh, and there is a strike out looking for Ohtani.
You called that a strike? Oh, they gave Mr. Matz a free strikeout there, but I digress.
Well, Matz needs all the help he can get.
If I were Ohtani, I'd be pissed going back to that dugout.
89-mile-an-hour slider, 96-mile-an-hour. I mean, he's cooking. He's still got some gas.
And mind you, that's a 4 mile per hour decrease on the last slider that he threw, which was at 84. He actually went up 4 miles.
78 mile an hour curveball.
Curve. Matt's
which
got some
is tough after just seeing a 96 mile an hour sinker and then a 78 curve.
And he's pitching in that triangle, which I love to see. You want to kind of keep your pitches in a triangle whenever you're getting them.
Well, those last two pitches, those were strikes in my opinion, but they got called balls. So, who is the umpire for tonight?
Angel Hernandez.
I was about to say, this is already looking like an Angel Hernandez game.
Umpire for today's game.
And that is hit to first. And now Hernandez is up. We've got Freeman on first base.
How do I find out who's umpiring? Okay, MLB.com will have information on umpires. Will that tell me who's...
Let's look at the box score. It should have the umpire listed.
I didn't know they list those in the box scores.
Should be in there.
Cap, I completely forgot. And I said this on our last show, so I apologize to those tuned in right now. Maddie will be dipping here in like 2 hours because I do have a wrestling trivia that I got to do that I completely forgotten about. 82 mile an hour on that changeup. This kid is changing up his speeds so much, but it's his location that is lacking. Although Teoscar Hernandez is another guy that you really don't want to get it over the plate for.
And there is a 94 mile per hour sinker ruled a strike, up and in.
Up and in, too.
Well, I used to
pitch. I used to pitch a little bit, and the last thing I want is my speed pitches going up and in when I don't want them to.
And Teoscar is out.
Steven Matz, he good bit of damage control today, or for this inning.
And yep, Hernandez grounds out to third.
Now, this is not what I like to see. 1 inning in, and he's already 20 pitches up on his pitch count. Oh, I guess Duke is still going. Duke NC State's still going.
Yeah, but I mean,
hey, it's a close game, 65-50. Oh no, it is not. NC State putting the hurt on Duke. My dyslexia.
I'm going to refill my tea while it's on a commercial. Oh.
All right.
I'm saying that during a baseball broadcast. I'm refilling my tea.
Filling up on tea because Cap ain't feeling the best. And as we flip over, we are going to be looking at the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Cardinals, which is Nolan Arenado, Wilson Contreras, and who are you, sir? Alec Burleson, who will be playing DH today. Let me see if I can get his last year's stats because I don't know too much about him. I'm not going to go through that and look all that up right now. But, yeah. Very interesting. Will Gavin Stone rack up more strikeouts? Against Arenado, it's going to be a tough strikeout, but I also thought that about Goldschmidt, who went down in 3. So,
well, I mean, he is on pace to strike out all 27 batters still. So the perfect game is still intact for Gavin Stone.
Don't even say that. Don't ruin his perfect game hopes.
Oh, did I tell you we put in some bird feeders this weekend?
Oh, you got bird feeders over there now. Take some pictures of some cute birds and some, squirrels and shit. Raymond says, are they going
squirrels
to penalize...
better stay away from my damn bird feeders.
Raymond says, are they going to penalize Ohtani for the gambling stuff? I think they're still investigating it.
Yeah, they're still looking into it. From what I can gather, it looks like it's all on the translator rather than Ohtani. At least from what I gather thus far. Oh, I still need to put my car tags on my car.
Yeah, the last bits I've seen on it is there's an article by the Rolling Stone going through the history of baseball's gambling issues. And
please don't. You're talking to a White Sox fan. Trust me, I know gambling.
All right, this is NBC Sports. So Rob Manfred, commissioner for the MLB, hopes for a short Shohei Ohtani gambling investigation. Yes, big boo.
The only thing I will give Manfred credit for is really enforcing the pitch clock. I do like that.
Well, Manfred talked with Chris Mad Dog Russo, 50-50 feelings on that guy. But he said, in regards to the Ohtani situation, I hope it's short, but I just don't know. Given the way the story unfolded, it's important in terms of assuring our fans about the integrity of the game and that we verify the things that Mr. Ohtani has said. And it's really that simple. We never have the kind of authority that law enforcement people have, but we managed to get these investigations done and find the facts, and I'm sure we will do that on this one. So
Burleson, we have 2 outs. Burleson is up. Stone still dealing. Yeah, I think ultimately Ohtani's going to be cleared. There may be some blowback on, I don't know if this is the same translator he had when he was with the Angels or if the Dodgers hired a new one for him. So you could see some blowback on one of the organizations maybe, but
that's what you pointed out, that this could have totally been like some weird underlying sketchy shit from
Artie Moreno and
Moreno.
Well, I don't know if I don't know if this was the same translator or if when a guy leaves a team, the team is responsible for hiring him. I'm not sure exactly how that works. Someone get Ichiro Suzuki on the phone and ask him.
Well, Ichiro is like, speaking full English by his 4th season in the league. He didn't have a translator after that, did he?
Ichiro barely speaks English. I mean, I've watched him in interviews and he doesn't speak English. Whenever he appeared in Ken Burns' baseball documentary back in 2005, 2006, he was still speaking all in Japanese.
Oh, okay. Brandon Donovan, while we were talking, singled to right. Perfect game, out of the fucking window.
Actually, that was Burleson.
Was it Burleson? Right. Oh, no, Brandon Donovan is the starting. Yeah, you're right.
Now Walker is up, and he is, looks like 3 balls, no strikes. There's a 4-seam fastball, 95 right down the middle.
Yeah, Gavin Stone, 4 strikeouts already in this game.
Only 1 base runner so far, so he's no complaints really about him so far. Ground ball to short. Rojas has it, and that is the end of the side. Oh, Oh, that tea's hitting the spot.
Oh, dude, iced tea is so good.
Well, it's also super humid here today. It's 73, but it's humid as fuck.
You've been getting a lot of rain down there, or is it just the storm front?
No, it's we're supposed to get storms either tomorrow or Tuesday, but yesterday it was really windy. Today it's just been cloudy and humid, so we're definitely due for some spring stormage. I mean, April through June in this part of the country, it's tornado season, so it's just going to happen. I just sitting here listening to the Dodgers radio broadcast, I miss Vin Scully so much. And now it is time for Dodger baseball. I think Howard Wagner.
Especially if you're listening to the radio broadcast, it's just not the same.
I said I think Howard Wagner and Vin Scully went through grade school together. You realize Scully took over broadcasting for the Dodgers, I think it was 1948, 1949.
I know you told me he'd been doing it a minute.
That's a long that's just after World War II. And he started under Red Barber. And Red Barber, I think he had been the broadcaster for the Brooklyn Dodgers for like 15 or 20 years. Literally the Dodgers only on their third ever radio guy, because they didn't get radio on the games until sometime in the 30s. And so they started with Red Barber, then Vin Scully, and now I forget who's doing it now, but they've only had 3 radio broadcasters in their entire history.
Which is mental, absolutely insane. What do we think about the Dre being on SmackDown the day before?
We discussed that a little bit with Nick earlier this afternoon.
I hate it. If you're taking away a WrestleMania spot, a WrestleMania paycheck from the plethora of talent that you have.
I would like to see Braun Breaker get the Dre there.
Braun Breaker would be a good one, especially since you're not solidifying that he's coming up just yet. I mean, you know that he's coming up, but we don't know when. Like full time.
Hernandez up to bat.
Kiki.
Let's see if Steven Matz has another inning of decency.
Starting with the
slider 86 mile an hour.
I still can't believe.
Go ahead.
I still can't believe the fucking air quote strengths I picked for my trivia contest that I've been in for the last few weeks, months.
Air quote strengths.
Yeah, so in combat wrestling trivia, you pick your strengths for what questions you want to be asked during the trivia, yeah?
Okay.
Well, I definitely
I only ever participated on your trivia show, so I'm not sure how. I've watched an episode or two of Combat, but I'm not familiar with the rules because I sort of slid in that midway through.
I definitely shouldn't have been drunk the last time that I put forth my strengths, because my strengths are and have been the ECW legend Balls Mahoney and ECW One Night Stand, the pay-per-views.
Matty Laws, your simp had to sing for you.
You sang for me? Thank you.
No, not Ray Ray. He meant Mansfield.
I know. The fact that Josh sang for me, I appreciate that.
It's like it's sort of like like ancient Rome, where you're like the emperor and he's like the the person just serenading you. And if you've seen Mel Brooks' History of the World Part 1, where they have the attendants and all eunuchs except for one, they bring in like the go-go dancer to dance in front of these guys to make sure they're eunuchs. Like, He's a eunuch. He's definitely a eunuch. He's dead. The sheik is up and gone.
Yeah, I apologize for that. Last night I was going to do the full show for the karaoke, and I just did my feeling from the night before came back, and I just could not finish the show.
And so 96 mile an hour sinker from Mats. He is dealing pretty well. I would like to hear Matty at an actual karaoke.
It'd be fun. It would be fun.
There's actually a karaoke bar down just off of Dixon.
Now that would be fun to do. You know,
I was thinking Matty and Alora doing the Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers duet, Islands in the Stream.
You know, Cap, with Milwaukee getting rid of all their pitching pieces, how the fuck are they still 3-0? Are the bats that good out in Milwaukee?
I mean, their hitting has improved, but I think eventually it's going to bite them in the ass. They lost Hader, they lost Burns, they lost Woodruff, they lost Williams. They've lost their 4 best pitchers in less than the last calendar year. You don't lose that many good pitchers and still maintain what they had going. It's impossible. Impossible, as they say in Espanol.
Inconceivable.
Now get out of here before I call the Brute Squad. I'm with the Brute Squad. You are the Brute Squad.
You are the Brute Squad.
Have fun storming the castle.
That is Alora's favorite movie.
Hello, lady.
Hello, boss.
Andre, what did you do last night? I went to the bar. What were you like? Case of wine. A little tipsy.
Man, I would not. We've heard the stories. We've literally sat there and watched stories for hours on Andre's drinking. But, like, to actually be there for Andre getting drunk, like shit-faced drunk, would be a sight.
Well, just the sheer amount of alcohol that it would take.
Exactly. You're sitting there at the bar and you're looking at the wall that they usually have all their bottles set up, and you're seeing these fucking people at the bar panicking, putting up new bottles left, right, and center.
Well, you figure he would probably down a 12-ounce beer in what, 2-3 swigs?
If that. You saw how big the cans were in his hand.
Yeah. Scott up to bat, top of the third, no outs. Gavin Stone.
This is the type of baseball game that I like. I like good pitching performances.
Oh, me too. Sinker ball, 95 miles an hour.
Way the fuck out of there.
High and away.
Don't start getting wild with it, kid. Yeah, you've got the heat to get yourself through this game, to get yourself through this lineup, but don't just start throwing wild ones. 96 mile an hour sinker is nice, but you want it to be in the zone.
Infield single to shortstop. That could have possibly been ruled an error because he tried to barehand it and it just bounced off his hand.
Ow.
But doesn't look like it was ruled an error. Oh, God, I used to hate those.
That sounds fucking delightful.
Barehanding a 96 mile an hour sinker off the bat in the infield. I mean, that's going to sting.
Oh, dude, you like, if you're an outfielder, I always played outfield or pitcher. Seeing someone just like grab one of those, you're like, I heard that from back here.
Are you and Alora going to go to any? Are you and Alora going to go to any Rockies games this year?
We're going to try my branch for Enterprise.
That's right. You said they were getting a box or something,
yeah, we're looking into hopefully going and seeing some Rockies games at least this season. Was that another strikeout?
I believe so. Well, it's your last summer in Colorado. Might as well Do it while you can.
Yeah, catch some Rockies games. Hopefully, catch a Rockies Red Sox series.
Let me see. Once you move here, it's all minor league.
Well, we could go see the Springfield Cardinals if you want to see, St. Louis Double A as well.
Yeah, very true.
Springfield's not too far away from you. Realistically, St. Louis is only 6-hour drive, so.
I am not making that fucking drive again.
Oh, come on.
I did it once for you.
Because
I wanted to meet the Maddie.
It's only 6 hours to watch Cardinals baseball. What's the worst that could happen? Oh shit, we bought tickets to the Cardinals athletics game.
Yeah. Looks like I'm trying to see when Boston, if they go to Colorado.
I want to say they come to Coors this season.
So not the first half of the season. What about the second half of it? They go to Colorado July 22nd to 24th.
Yep, and I believe that's the only series in Colorado. So
yeah,
they're all night games aside from the 24th.
Go watch. I mean, tickets are going to be readily available. So wait to find out who
about to say. We were looking at it, me and my branch, and there's some games coming up that are going for $6 a ticket.
Yeah, I was going to say, you probably won't have too much trouble getting into Coors. Wait a little closer to find out who the pitchers are going to be for that series.
Well, I know that the Rockies don't have a starting pitcher that's going to draw. So,
Maddie, I have to ask, how upset were you at Chris Sale's game today, considering how well he pitched for Atlanta?
I said this, 2 years ago? Boston just wasn't where Sale needed to be.
He just wanted to go where everybody knew his name. Dum, 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 dum.
And I really hate it, but Chris Sale might have 15 wins this season.
There goes the shutout. Bats. Donovan pops out to shortstop, drives in a run. Goldschmidt up to bat.
There we go. He gave up a run, but he's still having a good game. I have to go.
Actually, no, it's Goldschmidt who got the RBI. He drove in the run. Scott scored, win to second. So only one out and 2 men on. Yep, 2 men on, 1 out. Stone seeing how the other half lives. Oh, Matthew, Ray has a question that would be perfect for you to address since this happened with Colorado just a couple of days ago. Let's see, four-seamer, 86 mile an hour for a ball, middle out. Stone trying to work out of this jam, 2 1/3 inning pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts, no walks. He hadn't been giving up any free passes. Wouldn't be the worst time for a mound visit to calm the young man down. And there's a swinging strike, 87 mile an hour changeup. Simple answer, the Rockies suck eggs. Ball's ass. That's great. Strike 3. 5 strikeouts for Stone. He is up to 41 pitches, 42 pitches actually. Gorman strikes out swinging. 2 out, 2 on, runner in scoring position. And Arenado is up to bat. Nolan Arenado, I think, without question, the best defensive fielder in baseball today. 9 Gold Gloves thus far for this young man's career. Well, he's not a young man. He's been in the league a while, but 9 Gold Gloves is pretty darn impressive. Pop-up foul for Arenado. You could hear that one. 44 pitches thus far for Gavin Stone. He may just work his way out of this one with only a run allowed.
Whole.
Feel better?
Much. Feel about 5 pounds lighter.
Ah, one of those.
Yes, sir. All right, what did I miss? I heard Mr. Stone got strikeout number 5 already.
Yep. Arenado's up to bat. It is a full count. 2 on, 2 out. Gavin Stone from Lake City, Arkansas.
Oh, shit.
Chris Taylor got it, and that will end the inning. The Cardinals strand 2, but score 1.
Benintendi is the only one from Fayetteville, right?
Yeah, Benintendi played for Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah, Benintendi was a stud. Then he went to Boston, had one really great year, and since then, not much. Speaking of Rocky woes, I, for some ridiculous reason, picked up Chris Bryant for my fantasy team. Would you like to hear how Chris Bryant has batted thus far this year?
The Rockies suck, Raymond. They've sucked for as long as I've been alive. We had one good season.
Chris Bryant is 0 for 10 with 1 RBI this year.
So what you mean to tell me is he's only 43 at-bats away from tying Chris
Davis. How are you not able to hit in Colorado?
I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. I've never seen someone's production go down after getting traded to Colorado.
And before that, he played in Wrigley.
Bro,
Wrigley's a batter's paradise.
Even Jason Giambi saw an uptick in his fucking batting average when going to Coors. And Jason Giambi was fantastic in Oakland and fucking New York.
Yeah, well, Oakland is not a good hitter's park.
But he was fantastic there.
Yeah, Yankees, pretty good hitter's park.
For lefties, it's a good hitter's park just because of that right field.
But good God.
But yeah, no, to see somebody go to Coors full time and just not produce is insane.
Well, the secret to hitting in Coors, the secret, it's the opposite of the secret to pitching in Coors is to get ground balls. The secret to hitting in Coors is to get it up.
The secret to hitting in Coors is to make contact. And that is not what Chris Bryant has been doing.
Well, I mean, how many pitchers have come through Colorado that were talented, but they just never quite got it? Like, don't go for this. Go for when you're pitching in Coors. Go for ground balls. Get those ground.
There is one fireball hurler that has ever really worked in Coors, and that is Ubaldo Jimenez. Raymond. So the Rockies are worse than the Angels. Are we talking organization or are we talking team play? Team play, yes. Organization, man. Manfred
they're both pretty
Manfred
bad.
and Moreno are having a dick measuring contest with how bad they can be as owners.
Yeah, they're ugh. They are definitely in a class all their own. I'll put it that way.
So in terms of are the Rockies worse than the Angels? On-field play, yes.
Rojas lines out to second. Steven Matz is out dueling Gavin Stone.
Does Steven Matz have 5 strikeouts though?
He has what is
He's got
Matt's line here? 1 strikeout, 1 hit, no walk. Neither pitcher has issued a walk so far, which they've got their control.
They got their control. Unfortunately, Stone did give up more hits than he probably would have liked to last inning.
Yeah. I mean, let's see, what happened with the White Sox? I know Jimenez got hurt again. Surprise, surprise.
Eloy?
4 games into the year, and Jimenez gets hurt again.
Isn't
that
Eloy
guy,
your guys' only upside on the bat?
Unless, well, we got him. We got Vaughn. Luis Robert and Moncada, if Moncada ever gets his shit together. The White Sox dropped 1 to the Tigers, 3-2. That game was still going on when we started. White Sox are 0-3 to start the year, and already our DH is hurt.
How do you get hurt as a DH?
What was the description? God, where's my...
That isn't me being a dickhead. I know there's a lot of ways you can get hurt on the base path. I'm just saying.
Well, I wasn't listening to the game today. I was busy doing stuff around the house, and I had a headache. He was running out a grounder during the 6th, and he tweaked something. It's right now. It's left adductor soreness.
So it's day to day. It's day to day.
Yeah.
So you'll be fine. You'll be fine. He'll be out of the rotation tomorrow, but he'll be back in the next day or so.
I swear, Jimenez, we took him out of the field to keep him safe. He's full on DH now.
Well,
and he still gets hurt.
To be fair, he was not the best left fielder.
Well, no.
He is good for his bat, and even then, I am questioning that with that batting stance.
And Matt's back-to-back strikes. He's got 2 outs.
And I can't really talk too much shit on Eloy Jimenez. Man has more major league home runs than I've thought about hitting a home run.
White Sox are. See, this is why I feel so much kinship with 5 points right now, because it's going to be a shit year for the Sox.
Yeah, there's no other way to put it, really. You guys,
we're
been rebuilding. You guys have been rebuilding since your last World Series,
and that was 2005. Ohtani is up to bat.
Yes, feed off of your anger cap. Do it.
It gives you strength.
Do it.
Well, I'm not angry so much as I'm just fucking disappointed in that we put together a hell of a roster.
I'm not mad. I'm just frustrated.
And then we proceeded to, we fired a mediocre manager, then hired La Russa, who spent 2 years wasting our best years of our talent we had. I mean, we have no one to blame but ourselves. It's just, damn it. I got to go through another fucking rebuild for the second time in a decade.
You could always blame Ozzie Guillen.
Oh, I can never blame. I love Ozzie.
No, that is not the only thing we have going for us.
You have the Avalanche.
The Avs are still doing decent on the ice. And Denver's winning the Super Bowl this year. See, Raymond, we're coming up.
Oh, Christ. We haven't even gotten to watch you guys blow your first-round draft pick yet.
With Jaden Daniels at the helm, we're winning the fucking Super Bowl.
I swear, if I have to deal with insufferable Maddie again for a 7-week stretch this year.
Realistically, I'm hoping we get Michael Penix. I know we're not getting Daniels. I know we're not getting May. I know we're not getting McCarthy. We're probably not getting Bo Nix.
You're getting that defensive tackle from Alabama State, aren't you?
We're getting Hingle McCringleberry tight end from Davenport, Iowa.
Or what about Joe Smith from BYU?
Joe Smith, center, BYU.
Or Razzmatazz Ding Dong from Southwest North Dakota.
The player
Southern
formerly known as Mouse Cop.
South Dakota State.
Harvard University. DeVry University. That might be one of my favorite ones they've done, and it's just so dumb. Because they've got ones that they had to have put time into coming up with, and one just Harvard University. DeVry University.
And it is the end of the third, 1-0 Cardinals.
It's like me going out there and saying Yale University, Front Range Community College.
And the Cardinals are coming up to the plate. Let's see who is leading off. I think it's going to be Contreras, the catcher, leading off for.
Let me do a quick little. Yep, it will be.
Because Arenado was last. Yeah,
It will be Contreras, Burleson, Walker.
Yeah, Arenado popped up a fly ball with 2 men on.
What are the odds that Steven Matt strikes out the side here?
We have a question from Russ.
Oh, we got a question from Russ. What wrestling thing are you on today? You can catch me in an hour and a half. Twitch.tv/Castifer, where I will be on Combat Wrestling Trivia, Clash of the Combatants. I just want the Pullet Club to stay alive.
Matty is a founding member of the Pullet Club.
I am the founding leader of the Pullet Club. Nobody pulls it harder than I do, damn it. Why are you looking at me like that?
Matty, did you happen to I said, Matty, did you happen to catch Saturday Night Live last night at all?
No, I have not watched SNL.
Well, if you've been following the news much lately, Trump's newest thing, he's now selling Trump Bibles for $60.
Bro, can't you just go buy a King James for fucking $10 at your local fucking biblioteca?
I think this. I haven't looked at the Trump Bible, but I'm guessing it's going to be similar to Trump Stakes, Trump University.
Nothing is ever going to be worse than Donda University. So, unfortunately, I don't think anybody's beating Kanye West out for that one.
I have to take a look at this. The Bible does not need Trump's endorsement.
The Bible doesn't need Trump's endorsement. The Bible
$60 God Bless the USA Bibles. I'm not sure if this is. I don't know if this is like when Thomas Jefferson sort of cut up the Bible and put together his own. I don't think it's Trump doing that.
So it's Easter. I can say this. Jesus wasn't American. Why are we doing God Bless the USA Bibles?
$59.90. Yeah, he's now in so much heat and owes so much money. He's now selling Bibles for $60 a fucking pop.
And you know these MAGA heads are gonna fucking shill out the money for it, bro.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if you told me that Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. were putting out a fucking cookbook, you're guaranteeing I'm buying it. Zack Sabre Jr. is British. They don't season their
Holy
shit. I'll
shit.
guarantee you.
Oh wait, no, that's. I was thinking, is this fucker up on Amazon already?
The Bible needs Trump's endorsement. Laughing face emojis. It's crazy though, isn't it? Like he's clinging to whatever, true red-blooded demographic that he can really sink a fishhook into, isn't he? And we're talking baseball here.
Yeah. I mean, my apologies for that. I thought it was just a funny skit SNL did. But no, actually, this fucker's selling Bibles. I thought it was a skit that Saturday Night Live just came up with. No, it's legit.
This is real.
Yes. It's like every time I hear something, and I'm like, oh, well, that would, in a world that, wait, holy shit, that's like real?
Yeah, it's the J.K. Simmons from fucking the second Spider-Man. Wait, you serious?
English mustard is a little spicy. I don't
hey,
really
we
like
season stuff.
I
got
don't really.
Worcestershire in my.
Yeah, I use Worcestershire a lot. I'm not too big on spicy mustards. I love just regular yellow mustard, but not big on spicy mustard. It's just my palate.
Now,
but
English mustard, like, is it like a spicy brown?
Yeah.
Is it a spicy yellow or what?
It's like a spicy yellow.
Okay, I fuck with spicy mustard, so I do like spicy yellows.
They're
and
Heinz,
if you call mustard a seasoning and not a condiment, Russ.
Well, Heinz did make for a while like a sweet and spicy, like a brown sugar mustard that I liked, but they only made it for like a year and then they stopped selling it, and I can't find it anywhere. And I really liked that one. It was the sweet and spice was really balanced in it. Like on brats, that shit was money.
Ooh, that does sound good on brats.
And we're already going to the bottom of the fourth here.
They're blowing through the game, bro.
You may just get through this game before you have to go do something.
A good pitching match is what we always love to see.
Yes.
And speaking of, Gavin Stone, 6 strikeouts on the day for his first official opening day start, kind of.
Yeah.
Now, albeit it's against the Cardinals, who are essentially Arenado and Goldschmidt at the stick. Coleman's mustard is the original yellow mustard. Let me see.
It is. It is the original.
Well, I ain't even talking about the original. I just want to see the.
Well, basic yellow mustard. I think the Americans toned it down a little bit just for our palates. But I mean, yeah, Coleman's has been around for fucking ever.
Okay, so I've seen it before. I don't think I've ever used it. Russ, if you would like, go ahead and send me a recipe, and I'd be down to try to cook with it. Also, you guys do beans on toast for breakfast. I don't know.
Oh, dude. Well,
I love beans. I love beans on toast. I just don't think that's a breakfast.
John grew up in the UK, despite being Venezuelan, and he's made that for my breakfast several times. It's delicious.
Are the beans made a different way, or is it just like your basic baked beans?
Just regular baked beans on toast with eggs, sausage, bacon, tomatoes, mushrooms.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I will straight up eat a sandwich with just baked beans between 2 pieces of bread. But like that I don't constitute as a breakfast. But
that was actually Lemmy Kilmeister's preferred post-concert meal was English baked beans on toast.
There's got to be something different to their baked beans, though, isn't it?
Well, they're not like American where they're like smoky or tangy. They're just baked beans.
Is it still molasses and everything?
Maybe. You just want to buy regular Heinz baked beans, and that's
okay. That's good enough.
Not Bush's, but Heinz baked beans.
You see, I always go Bush's. I don't think I've ever had Heinz.
I always go Bush's too, unless I'm making my own baked beans. But Heinz is just base. It's just your, sort of regular stock and trade. Freeman is out.
All right. You use mustard on a roast chicken, roast beef mainly, roast potatoes, sprouts, runner beans. What are runner beans? Cauliflower, broccoli. You put mustard on Yorkshire pudding?
Oh yeah.
You put
ever had Yorkshire pudding?
No, I have not.
No, a Yorkshire pudding is like a dinner roll.
Oh, okay. I've never had a Yorkshire pudding.
A Yorkshire pudding is just a very basic dinner roll. It's just, you make a simple batter, then you put a little hot bacon grease in the muffin tin, and it's delicious. And also you put like a roast or something, you brush it with Coleman's mustard, or a beef Wellington, brush it with Coleman's mustard before you.
Why do they call it a pudding?
It's Yorkshire. Ask Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Yorkshire puddings are delicious.
We got Russ here. Why do they call it a pudding, Russ?
Yeah, Yorkshire pudding is just eggs, flour, and milk.
So it is your most basic dough.
Yes. And you cook it in hot bacon grease.
Huh.
All
right, Steven Matz, I need you to just pitch me 2 more strikeouts.
You have money on Matz's strikeouts?
I need 1 more strikeout for him. Come on, Steven.
I cannot believe Money Matty has Matty's money on Matsy.
I only have him to get 4 strikeouts. Don't make it seem like I've got him to do God's work. I've only got him down for 4 strikeouts. I only need him to do 1 more.
Yeah. Well, I prefer milk. Eggs, flour, and milk.
Is Max Muncy not playing today? He is not.
I believe Muncy has the night off.
So he'll probably get voided out of my line. Other than that, Freddie Freeman. This has just been a good pitcher's game. I might not be getting my hits today. Which is not at all what I was expecting from Steven Matz and Gavin Stone.
Russ, one of my all-time favorite meals is bangers and mash with English peas and Yorkshire puddings. One of my absolute favorites. That and a good.
Do they look different? Like
they look like those fluffy dinner rolls, like you get. It's a whole different thing, but it's delicious.
Okay, so like the picture that I am seeing of them, they all have like this hole, like it's indented down in the middle.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to do that? Like, is it?
No, that just happens when they bake.
Oh, okay.
Again, it's egg, flour, milk. You make your batter.
You don't let it rise at all.
No.
Okay.
Then you take your muffin tin, you heat up some bacon grease, put a little bit of bacon grease in each one, then pour your batter in, put it in the oven, and they.
Okay. Because I was always wondering how it got the,
Russ, while I am half British, I will not eat fucking black pudding. I am not eating that shit.
Is that the blood?
That's blood pudding.
Yeah, or blood sausage is.
Yeah, Christ almighty.
So okay. I've had blood pudding once. I've had blood sausage once. I dig it. I like the taste of it. I don't like the look of it. Shit looks like a burnt hockey puck, but
yes, it naturally rises with the heat in the oven.
Okay,
you just use the bacon grease in the tin for flavor, and so it doesn't stick.
So it will rise out and around, but like
it's the easiest, simplest dinner roll you can make. Make it for Laura; she'll love it.
No, I was about to say it sounds easy and simple as shit to make. I just always thought it was a sweet roll.
No, there's no leavening agents in it.
Why the fuck y'all call it a pudding?
It's a Yorkshire pudding.
Hold on. What is the Webster Dictionary definition of a pudding? Pudding.
Now I'm thinking, God, I would love a shepherd's pie right about now.
Okay, so we actually have two because the Oxford Dictionary is two. It is both American and it is originally from the British language.
Yes.
The North American, a flavored custard-like dessert made of milk, sugar, and a thickening agent such as egg yolks or cornstarch. The second definition, a savory or sweet steamed dish made with flour.
There you go, matey. There you go.
I hate it here.
Oh. Ground ball. And that is going to be the end of the fourth, top of the fifth coming up. Cardinals up to bat.
This has been a very fun, interesting game to keep tabs on because Steven Matz should not be doing this good against the Dodgers batting order.
Maddie, have you ever made shepherd's pie?
Yes, I need to make it with actual lamb, but
if you made it with beef, it's a cottage pie.
Yeah, I've yet to make it with actual lamb, but I've had it with actual lamb, so yes, I have had it properly.
Oh, I love it.
Nothing quite beats it. Actually, me and Alora, we went up to Boulder yesterday, and we found this Himalayan restaurant, and I actually had Himalayan chili for the first time. And they use lamb in that, and oh my god, bro. Fantastic. Look up a Himalayan chili recipe, and unless you can't do certain types of spices, because I know there's a lot of Indian spices that go into it that some people just can't do. It's good. It's worth giving it a try.
Yes, Russ. I get so tired of having to bitch slap people verbally when they call a cottage pie a shepherd's pie. Shepherd, lamb, sheep, cottage, cow.
I've only ever heard it called shepherd's pie, even in restaurants. They'll put it on the menu as shepherd's pie with beef.
Because there's this weird aversion to lamb, because lamb has kind of a gamey, like a venison almost to it.
Up here in Colorado, and I know definitely down in Arkansas where there's a lot more hunters and stuff like that, we're cool with game meat style meats. We're cool with your lambs, your venisons. We're cool with shit like that.
Well, even duck is a little bit gamey. There's a restaurant here that does fried duck wings.
But the more out west, I guess, depending on where you go out more east, you don't get people that like it that much. You can't get any more English than a chicken tiki masala curry. Tiki masala also. Oh my god. I've only gotten into real Indian food the last year or so, but oh my god. World changing. Life changing.
When it's done well, it's very good.
I'll steal something from AEW fans. Game changing.
Stone is up to 60 pitches.
Now, with him being with Stone being young, Matt's being older, do you see?
And Scott Matt's doubles to center, so we've already got trouble for Stone to start this inning out.
When do we see these pitchers getting pulled? Next inning?
Well, Stone's up to 61, 62 pitches, so this could be his last inning, depending on how this goes.
Matt is also at 62, going into the bottom of the fifth. Well, I'll be a son of a bitch. We might actually finish before I have to go to do Chris Cass's show.
Yeah, AEW, have you been seeing the pictures? They're renting out fucking basketball arenas, and they're not even a fourth full.
Okay. So with the show that they held in Canada, there's other shit going on up there right now. Not going to fill out a stadium like that during what's close to a recession up there. But, no. Yeah, I feel AEW and WWE kind of shuffle it back a little bit. Start, because even Cap said, will we see another Mania in the Garden? I feel like we should. We should start going back to basics. Start going back to arenas as opposed to stadiums, because it's going to be a much better look, a much better feel for your events. Because go to like your smaller colleges, because they were doing that for the WWE 2010s. They were hitting college campuses. They were going to the universities of, and they were getting full houses. Do that.
Yeah, like for a TV show. I mean, why would you rather not pack a 5,000 seat place, like pack the fucking thing, and you have just huge crowd noise?
Yeah,
versus like a 20,000 seat stadium, and you've got 5,000 people. It looks like a piss hole in a snowbank.
Yeah, you pack a small arena, smaller venue for your TV. You build that up, and then guess what? When you go to these bigger markets, these bigger areas for pay-per-views, people are going to want to travel to them to be part of that.
Like
and
for your four big show, for Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, I'm fine with doing stadiums. Fine with that.
But you should not be trying to do like AT&T Stadium. You shouldn't be trying to do Ford Field for a regular pay-per-view. Like AEW, they do it right, because when you go to a pay-per-view for AEW, they're going to like MGM Grand. They're going to Caesar's Palace. They're going to Arthur Ashe. You're getting, hell, they did a pay-per-view in the Greensboro Coliseum. How happy did that make you, Cap?
But Greensboro packed, it holds like 16,000, and they sold it out. It looked great.
Do your pay-per-views in places like that. It's why I've been bitching so much about not having a Denver-based pay-per-view.
It is 2-0 now for the Cardinals. Well, the reason they don't want to come to Denver is,
bro, we had Vengeance 03, and that crowd was hot from start to finish, like all the way through. I guarantee you put any AEW, any WWE pay-per-view out here in Colorado, it's like going to
summertime. If you went to, I want to call it Invesco Field at Mile High.
I still call it Invesco. Call it Invesco.
But you could do SummerSlam there.
You could do SummerSlam there. And if you don't want to do an outdoor show for Colorado, do it at Pepsi. It's got enough seats for you to make it look massive for a pay-per-view.
If they did SummerSlam in Denver, Maddie would be all over that.
And Russ, yes, Survivor Series is a pay-per-view in all but name at this point in time.
Yeah.
Because at this point, we've replaced that with War Games. We can just start calling it War Games.
I'm fine with. I just put the damn top on it.
This is an issue with scalpers.
Yes.
The reason tickets shoot up as high as they do is because there's jackasses out there that will buy up 50 fucking tickets all at once and resell them for a much more exorbitant price. It's ridiculous. I fucking hate it. Raymond says, I hear Mania will be in Vegas. I believe this year's Mania is going to be in Minnesota.
No, this year's Mania is in Philadelphia.
Next year. Next year is going to be where they had the Super Bowl the other year. The Vikings.
Where the Vikings play, yeah.
I heard that, but I also just heard that it doesn't look like we're going to the Rumble next year, Cap.
Where are they having it?
London is the front runner.
Well, London deserves it. I'm not going to bitch about that. But no, I am
all
not.
All of our friends across the pond to get a Rumble, that's going to be so much fun.
Can you imagine, though, if we had unlimited resources and we just, you, me, and Dev flew to London and hung out with Nick and Cy and Goldschmidt?
Russ is like, I'm thinking of getting tickets to Wembley for AEW in August. We started talking Rumble. I'm going to Rumble then.
London, I honestly say this. I think London deserves one PLE a year. It's a huge market.
No, they deserve two. Give me one AEW show. Give me one WWE.
Well, no, I mean for WWE. I'm saying for WWE, like they need to do at least one PLE in London a year.
We got a bunch of people we need to hit up if we ever pop up in London. I've got to meet up with 2 members of Crew Day. We've got to meet up with the entire Wrestling Legion podcast. We've got to meet up with the Sweet Chinwag boys.
We'll be like celebrities. We'll be like going there and like all these meet and greets will be doing it. Cap will be signing autographs.
Oh, shit. Let's see where we're at in the game. We're
2-0,
just transitioning
top of the 5th,
bottom.
2 outs.
Oh, wow.
Stone is still up there. 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. Goldschmidt. Arenado's up to bat. Men on first and second with 2 outs. Cap is going to refill his tea.
It's to be expected, but Gavin Stone, his control is starting to go all over the place.
He hasn't issued a walk though. I don't believe. Let me look at his line.
He hasn't issued a walk, but his pitches definitely aren't hitting his locations if he's given up this many hits.
He's at 75 on the pitch count.
It's not like he's losing his velocity because he's still hitting that sinker at 95, 96 miles an hour every goddamn time.
Which is beastly for a sinker.
Dude, that's insane for a sinker. Usually you kind of drop a little bit of speed with the sinker, but wow, this kid's impressing me. 7 hits in 5 innings, not so much impressive. But still, we got a man on first, man on second, 1 strike, 1 ball, 2 outs. And another foul ball off of a 94-mile-an-hour sinker. Can this kid get out of this without too much damage? And his stat line doesn't – 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 innings. That doesn't look too good. But he's been able to get himself out of situations. And there we go. He got himself out of it. It is 2-0 Cardinals. We're going to the bottom of the 5th where the Dodgers are back up to bat. And I believe we are starting off with, Mr. Rojas, and then on to Barnes and back to Mook. You know, I've always joked about it. I've got horrible handwriting. Anybody gets an autograph from me, they're more than likely going to look at it and go, okay, so who the fuck signed this?
Worst hand. I mean, I've got all these autograph balls. Worst handwriting on the planet is Greg Maddux. Holy shit.
Which is insane for the master of control.
He doesn't have it when he's signing his damn name. He should have been a doctor.
Okay, Cap, you have any 5 pitchers from any era to be your 1
rotation?
5 guys. Your rotation, starting rotation.
Sandy Koufax, Greg Maddux, Randy Johnson, Pedro Martinez, and Bob Gibson.
I like that. I like that a lot. I never really got a chance to go back and watch too much of Koufax. Also, because there's not a whole lot of real film on.
There's not there's a decent, but there's not a great deal of good film. Like even his perfect game was not filmed.
No. You can hardly find the audio of it, can't you? Like it's hard to find the audio of that game, isn't it?
You can find the audio on YouTube. but there was no television that night, so they didn't record it. I mean, there's some decent footage of Koufax out there, and it's just amazing. Like watching his overhand delivery with that perfect 12-6 curve. I mean, it's insane.
Now, if you had to go more modern pitchers, so say from 1990 to now.
Okay, Maddox, Pedro, Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling, Clayton Kershaw.
Now, aside steroids aside, do you really put Schilling above Clemens?
Oh shit! I forgot Clement. I was
about to say, steroids aside, do you really put Schilling above Clemens? Because Clemens is on my top 5.
Schilling was just so clutch in the postseason, though. Like he was one of those guys that just he was the most clutch postseason pitcher I've ever watched in my life. And that goes a long way with me.
It's proven with the bloody sock game. Like,
well, I mean, not even that. Look at him in Arizona.
Oh yeah, I forgot him helping, because it was him and Johnson that won them the World Series out there, right?
Bingo.
And I don't think Kurt Schilling gets enough recognition for that series.
Well, because he's shot his mouth off so many times on things that he's just managed to alienate the entire world.
You see, this is what happens when you don't know how to separate politics from Damn! LeBron's like, I got 37 points. Okay, quick, watch this. But no, like, sports and politics are two things that absolutely cannot mingle. It's kind of similar to politics and music. Although music and politics can coexist because you can give bands and musicians their identity, I guess. Because, like, if you don't bring politics into music, you don't get Rage Against the Machine.
It's just it's a very fine line. It's like, okay, everybody makes fun of AJ Styles for being a flat earther, but you never hear him talk about it.
No, and the only time he'll talk about it is like if somebody brings it up in a interview, and then you can visibly feel him. You don't see it because you're listening to a podcast, but you can feel his, discontent with the questions. Like, do you really got to bring it up?
And that's fine. AJ can believe in whatever he wants. It doesn't bother me. And he's been such a great worker in his career. It's like, even like Glenn Jacobs, was such a right-wing Trump guy. It's like,
but you cannot forget.
It's like, okay, Glenn, you can do that. but
yeah, I was about to say, because Kane is Remy's favorite wrestler. Like, Kane can be all these, right-wing nuts, say all the shit that he wants, but there's still, like, that's Kane. Like, that's the man that ripped the door off of Hell in a Cell. Like, that's childhood memories. And he's just killing those childhood memories.
Well, I mean, and the thing is, he's done all his political shit after his wrestling career. So it's like, okay, fine, whatever.
Did you notice how Rhino got more beloved after he became a politician, though? There's a bit of a correlation there.
Yeah, I think AJ and LA Knight is going to be a damn good match.
If AJ Knight can't,
whenever I see AJ's involved in a match, I don't really have any worries.
If AJ Styles can't have a good match with a broomstick, then I'm worried about him having a good match with you. However, AJ Styles could more than likely put on a 4-star classic with the Invisible Man. And
oh, not the damn Invisible Man or the broomstick or the
Look, AJ Styles could go out there by himself and be told, hey, your opponent can't show up, but we need you to act like he's there. Like, AJ Styles could put on a damn good match with the Air. So his match versus LA Knight's going to be good. Is it going to be as good as it should be? No.
So we are going top of the 6th. Cardinals are due up. Does Stone come out for the top of the 6th? If I can get my mouse to cooperate with me here. So, Maddie, if you were able to have a wrestling match with one person in your life, who would you want to face? Who's the opponent? What type of match are you wanting? You're muted, Maddie.
I don't think it would be able to be Zack Sabre Jr. I don't think I'd be able to untie myself after a match with him. Bryan Danielson, no. My fucking chest would be so caved in that you'd see my ribs poking out through my back.
Stone is coming out for the 6th. He's out there.
In terms of legitimate like match that I would love to have, me versus Jeff Hardy, I would love to have that match just once. I don't care if he's fucked up, but
not Victory Road fucked up. Because then the match is just going to be the shits.
But give me like 2002 Jeff Hardy, 2003, like the match that he had with The Undertaker. Give me that Jeff Hardy. Or
well, I see that would be I would see you versus Taker, you having to be the Jeff Hardy. Like that would be the perfect way to put you over.
Now, in terms of like match that I would absolutely like. What I want a death match against like prime Mick Foley or prime Onita. That's what I want. I want to be absolutely doused in blood for like 35 minutes and potentially wonder if I'm going to have a fireball thrown at me. You
would need a transfusion after that.
I would be fine with that. Am I wrestling in a moat?
I thought you were going to say Terry Funk. I thought you would have wanted to have had a match with Terry.
Now, you see, I feel like I would accidentally stiff Terry a bit too much, and I don't feel like I want a branding iron up my ass.
Stone is at 84 pitches.
Because if Bruiser Brody's going to give Undertaker, who's like 3 inches taller than him and a little bit beefier than him, a full-fledged receipt, yeah, Terry Funk ain't gonna give a fuck about a little kid like me.
Taker learned to give receipts from the best.
Which makes me think I would absolutely love to see Taker versus Gunther. That would just be a fun match. But I also want to see like if Taker would just try to pop off after 2 shots.
And there is Stone's first walk of the night. I think it's time to pull it.
6 innings in, damn.
I was thinking, how many receipts have you given Devin in your life?
Oh, bro. Oh, bro. And it goes back and forth because there's times that me and Devin have thrown hands off of a chop going a little too hard or someone getting popped in the ear, getting punched back in the jaw. Like there's been receipts. Clash in the Castle, UK, June 15th. Is that
and they are
true?
pulling Stone.
Clash at the Castle 2020.
And they are bringing in Veja.
So as of right now, WWE announces return in UK. So we're getting Bash in Berlin the 31st of August, but there has not been an announcement for Clash at the Castle, I don't see.
And to this other point, Ray, I honestly thought we were going to get Jade Cargill versus EST.
I'm all for this tag team match though, dude. I'm all for the 6-woman tag team match. You get all the women that deserve to be on the show. But yeah, no, I'm not finding anything for Clash at the Castle 2024. But yes, as for Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca versus Damage Control. I was talking to Alora about this earlier today. Like, one, this is fantastic female representation, but this is also representation for so many different cultures. Clearly, Bianca, Naomi, Jade. I've got my gripes because they throw all the Latinos together for spots. So I've got a little gripe that they're doing it all with the black women. But I'm happy to see that they're going to get that spot to shine at WrestleMania.
How many times did WCW do 6 and 8 man tags with all the luchadors?
Hey, y'all don't even mesh well together, but you're Hispanic. Go tag together.
The absolute worst was the pinata on a pole match. Fuck you, Vince Russo.
Fuck God you, almighty. Russo. But on the other half,
I don't even, as much as I love Jim Cornette, he's like my wrestling spirit animal. I don't have this just hatred for Russo. I think my hatred for Russo is in the people who hired him. You know,
but you also have to remember that also still falls down to Vince as well.
If you turn a chimp loose with a machine gun and you're surprised people get shot, who do you blame, the chimp or the guy who gave him the gun?
Person that built the machine gun. But as for the other half of that, Damage Control, seeing Asuka, Kairi Sane, who just returned last year or this past year, and Dakota Kai, who's been on the shelf with an ACL injury for the past several months. I'm very happy to see this 6-woman tag match. The amount of representation that we're getting in this, we've got 2 Japanese women, we've got a Polynesian woman in Dakota Kai who's from New Zealand, and then we've got Jade, Naomi, and Bianca. This is just going to be it's going to be a great match because all the talent involved. But it's just the moment itself is what's the best part about it.
I still think it's going to be a decent match. I would have preferred to have seen Jade versus
I still think we should have had Bianca versus Rhea, but that's just me. I still think it's Bianca Rhea. That's the money match. Maybe we get it next year at Mania. Because Bianca and Rhea are the NXT's 2 best examples of start to finish products.
Rey Mysterio isn't on the card this year, is he?
So Rey Mysterio is looking like he's going to actually be in a tag team match.
Oh, hey Benny.
What up, Benny? It looks like it's going to be Ray and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Don. Have a good night, Russ. Stay safe, brother.
Thanks for joining us, Benny. We're up to 20 viewers for the first edition of RAWBall Sunday Night Baseball.
But yeah,
it looks like
Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Santos Escobar, and Dirty Dom in a tag team match. That's going to be fun. That's going to be the luchador shit that Cap was talking about earlier. That I don't like that they're throwing all the Hispanics together, but give it to me because this is much more representation, and I absolutely love it. All for representation here.
It is still 2-0. Cardinals have a man on. Vesha is the pitcher now for the Dodgers. Walker gets walked. Contreras to second. So now it is 1 out, 2 on, 2-0. Cardinals could open this one up here big time. Benny, thanks again for joining us. Popping in the comments there.
So with this game, do you think it's a matter of the Dodgers pulling, some of their key players and it just being those holes losing it for them, or what? Because Max Muncy's bat might be being missed today.
Well, also Will Smith. So you got 2 big guys in your lineup who are out.
Two big bats, yeah.
But Dodgers are notorious for resting guys. especially early on in the season. So it's not surprising. It's being missed, obviously, but that's what the Dodgers do. They rest guys big time.
This Vesia guy is challenging Scott. 2 fastballs, dead center of the plate.
Yeah, he's flirting with danger there. I thought I was done with you.
Now, I like that they've continued the Dominic hates his dad storyline. Continuity. I love continuity in my wrestling.
Well, I mean, Ray's such a deadbeat dad, and Dom's done hard time.
Don't tell me you're on Jimmy's side with that.
I just love me some Dom Mysterio. I'm sorry, I can't. I was one of the few guys in our community that was just all on Dom at the outset, and the fact that he's starting to make believers of them, it just makes me feel good. The DH spot should be used as a rest spot. I'm just glad we don't have to fucking watch pitchers bat anymore. Thank God.
Well, so here's the thing, Benny, because we literally just saw a DH go down with injury today.
Scott gets walked. Bases are juiced.
I don't like that for them. Well, I actually like that for the Cardinals. I don't like that for the Dodgers pitching. But, yeah, the DH spot should be used as a rest spot. We literally just saw a designated hitter go down with injury today. So,
yeah, Eloy Jimenez was running it. Well, no, that's a bad example because Eloy's made of fucking glass. That's a bad example.
Still, though, man, like we saw a DH.
It's the White Sox. We set a bad example everywhere we go.
Now, when we look back at like historical designated hitters, like Albert Pujols, whenever he played DH on AL games,
Big Poppy,
Jason Giambi even played DH. Like
JD Martinez.
You hardly ever saw those guys get hurt.
Edgar Martinez, the
I forgot because I always remember Edgar as a third baseman, like playing the hot seat or shortstop. I remember him playing third and short. Who else was another like top level designated hitter? Just so that way they weren't Prince Fielder, another guy that they used at DH so that way he didn't have to necessarily play the base, but he was always out there on first because they needed his bat. Sammy Sosa played right fielder. Did he go to DH? And
he was right field. Okay. He was a right fielder. You almost wish they would have DH'd Ken Griffey Jr. Well, he played in the National League the latter part of it when he was with the Reds, and Wynn strikes out, so there are 2 outs. 2 outs, bases are juiced, top of the 6th. Dodgers trying to keep this one close.
It is coming up to Brandon Donovan.
Oh, Ray, it's not even close. Pete Rose was a national scandal.
And we don't even know if Ohtani is going to see any issue with it. So I saw an article that said if this does come through, if it does happen to be that Ohtani did, it would be multiple felonies.
Yeah, this would be horrible for baseball. This would be horrible for baseball if Ohtani actually. I don't believe he was
served prison time.
It was a scandal for the game. It was horrible. Trust me, this is nowhere near that. I hope it doesn't get to that point. Come on, Donovan. Give me a grand slam here.
Again, I don't see this coming out to anything. I don't see Ohtani getting a big suspension because, again, Ohtani is very well documented in how he kind of does things.
Yeah. I mean, he's been under not just the American press, but the Japanese press. I mean, it's not like he's lived in the shadows.
There's not a whole lot that Ohtani does that isn't being like, eyed by the media or something.
Pete was a manager betting on his own team.
No, Pete was a player coach betting on his team. Not only was he managing the team, he would go out on designation to play on the field while managing the same fucking game. So yeah, that's a huge
bad look.
Ohtani is a guy that goes out on the field, puts 1,000% into everything he does. You don't see a wasted at-bat. You don't see a wasted pitching session from him. Man spends an entire work week plus in the field house. Where is this guy getting time to gamble?
And he hit the batter and walked in a run. This Vaishya guy, he can't pitch worth a shit.
And you know for a fact that Gavin Stone is sitting there in the bullpen going, "This is bullshit, man. I had a solid start. Yeah, I gave up."
Well, it was like Michael Scott in the wedding episode of The Office, whenever he was wheeling Phyllis's
I think it was Phyllis, yeah.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, but you know Gavin Stone is pissed off. But again, Raymond, I don't see this Ohtani thing being any more than smoke under the bridge.
Worst case scenario,
Ohtani's suspended for a season.
No, worst case, he would be banned. No, if it's found out he gambled, that's banned for life.
MLB will truly ban him for life as opposed to suspending him like the NFL's been doing?
In baseball, you gamble, you are banned. You are banned for life. That's what happened to Rose. He was banned for life.
Do you really think that Manfred is going to ban the baseball unicorn for a mistake?
Baseball has set the precedent. I mean, if it comes out that Ohtani was actively gambling, then yeah, he would be banned. Because I
don't know. Something tells me that even if it comes out,
1919,
look at
the 1919 World Series, the Black Sox scandal, 8 players banned for life. Pete Rose banned for life.
Who were the commissioners at the time? Because it wasn't Manfred.
1919 was Kennesaw Landis. Pete, I believe it was. Well, that was the reason they instituted a baseball commissioner, was the Black Sox scandal. Mm-hmm. It was Kennesaw Landis. He was the first commissioner of baseball. I think it was Fay Vincent was the commissioner when Rose, but also Fay died not long after. He had a congenital heart defect or something.
What I'm trying to point out is everybody knows the amount of money, the amount of eyes, the amount of media attention, everything that Ohtani brings to the MLB. If this does come out and he did gamble, I would not doubt that Manfred would do everything in his power to protect Shohei Ohtani to keep him in the league. You don't just kill a unicorn the moment you see it. You know what I'm saying?
And that is finally the end of the inning. Cardinals are up 4-0. Baseball has a history of just clamping down on gambling. Bam.
Which is understandable. It's completely understandable. I just don't see it happening with Ohtani.
Well, it's like with steroids. One of the good things Bud Selig did as commissioner. First offense, 50 games. Second offense, an entire season. Third offense, you gone.
So Bonds hit the 2 strikes because he was still applying for teams, but was just getting blackballed towards the end of his career.
Well, he didn't even get suspended for it. He was just blackballed.
Okay.
Same as A-Rod.
Speaking of, did you see Robinson Cano had a hell of a game for the Mexico League versus the Yankees the other day?
Now A-Rod got a suspension. But he was also blackballed afterward.
A-Rod got the longest suspension in professional sports at that time, did he not?
And Manny Ramirez got I believe he got popped twice. He had 2 strikes on him. Dodgers due up. Well, speaking of the devil, Ohtani is due up to lead off the bottom of the 6th.
I'm going to laugh if he hits a home run after all of our talking.
He's a unicorn. And the Dodgers are only down 4-0, and they've got the heart of their order due up, so they could make some noise here.
Okay, Steve. We can call you that, right? So, Mr. Matz, if you could, just one more strikeout for Daddy.
Is he even coming out for the 6th?
Give Poppy one more strikeout. Just do it. Do it for me.
Why are you calling the police?
Fucking weird.
Speaking of Poppy, Maddie, you still liking your Poppy tumbler? Still working good for you?
Oh, God, I love it. What do you think about WWE not checking for MJ or anything?
What do you mean, Ray? Not checking for MJ?
Oh, I think he's talking about marijuana.
Oh, marijuana is not even a fucking drug.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Marijuana, not a drug. I will smoke it. I will promote it. I will say everything, building.
I'll promote it. I just won't smoke it because it makes me paranoid as hell, but I'm not gonna smoke it, but I will promote the hell out of it.
The cannabis industry will always be something that I will promote and support because of the benefits that it does have. Now, here's the thing. They do still check for other
and Ohtani doubles.
They do still check for other substances, Ray. So in terms of them not checking for marijuana, yes, they did take marijuana off of their drug testing list.
Yeah. Like marijuana, LSD, mushrooms, I could do
that.
it.
LSD, the only positives to LSD I've ever heard of is one, Jimi Hendrix would put it in his headband and he killed it on the guitar while thinking he was fighting a snake.
But
and who was that pitcher that threw a complete game shutout?
No, threw a no-hitter.
He threw a no-hitter, but he hit like 5 batters.
Yeah,
on LSD. That was a Gooden, wasn't it?
He was Dwight Good. Yeah, pitcher for the Pirates. Yeah. Now, as far as like coke, meth, PC, there's no place for that shit.
And I can say this on air because he said it on an interview. Matt Riddle went out and said that every time he got popped for a drug test in WWE, it was for cocaine. So they are still testing for cocaine. They're still testing for the other stuff, but they're not looking for marijuana. They're not looking for, I believe,
obviously alcohol. They're not looking for that.
Yeah, but it's a little harder to find alcohol. Like you have to take like blood tests and shit or breathalyze them. But they're not looking for marijuana. They're not looking for, I believe, psych meds. So like
SSRIs, antidepressants, things like that. Stuff that's prescribed.
And I know because I think it was Roman that got popped for it, but he took an ADHD medication and it popped for the methamphetamines that are in said ADHD medication. So I know that there's like a fine line between prescribed. It's like other sports. It is like other sports. Benny says, are either of y'all coming out for Mania weekend? We would love to. Well, I would love to. This guy doesn't want to go to Philly to kill anybody's life.
I am not. Philly's going to riot whether they win, lose, or draw. I am not going to Philadelphia.
He doesn't want to go to Philly, but we're more contemplating going to Cleveland as opposed to Philly. We're thinking SummerSlam over Mania. We could have planned this out. But we're going to more than likely Ohio. Can you imagine me in a room full of people from Ohio State?
81,000 in attendance tonight for this one at Dodger Stadium.
It's the final game of this series, no?
Yep.
And then the Dodgers are on the road after this, yeah?
Actually, no, I think the Giants come to LA starting tomorrow.
Okay, so I have no idea. Maybe Ohtani really does just draw that much.
Ohtani advances to third on Freeman's pop fly. So it is 1 out for the Dodgers. Hernandez coming up. Ohtani is on third.
Steven Matz is still out on the mound, too.
He still hasn't gotten that 5th K for you, though.
No, he just needs 4. I just need
just 4.
I need him to strike out one more person.
If all things clear out and Ohtani plays a long career, he could go down as that next Ruth. Teoscar lines it. That is a base hit. Ohtani scores. It is 4-1 Cardinals.
Cap, we were talking about this with Nick earlier. Do we actually see it happening? Stone Cold, I can see happening. Cena, I really don't think so.
I don't see Cena. I can maybe see Austin.
I can see Austin for the sole fact that it's Mania 40. Him versus Rock was the biggest thing during the Attitude Era. Hell, even leading into the Ruthless Aggression Era, their final match was 2003. So, yes, I can see Stone Cold. Do I see Cena? Not really, even though Cena did give Cody that seal of approval the moment Cody came back.
Well, also, Cena and Vince have been a little too chummy for some people's stomach.
I still say that might be the most disgusting thing I've heard from somebody who's been a corporate puppet for their entire career. But
bad look, Johnny boy.
Bad look. Now, here's the thing. I can totally see Tony Khan giving Dustin Rhodes a one-time pass. Hey, this is your brother's story. Cody helped get AEW off the ground. Help him finish his story. I can see Tony Khan and Hunter getting in a room, talking about it, and being like,
well, they don't have to get in a room. They just get on a conference call. Make it. It's not that hard. Sometimes
I can see Dustin Rhodes as the natural, not as Gold Dust, but as the Dustin Rhodes that we see.
Just
on
fucking
TV
Dustin
now.
Rhodes.
The son of Dusty, the older brother of Cody. Yeah.
Either way, this main event is going to be overbooked to no fucking end.
But Cap, you cannot lie. It's not going to be fucking incredibly fun.
Oh! If Cody walks out of Philly with the belt, and then I'm going to go absolutely nuts. I'm even going even more nuts the next night on Raw if he debuts the Winged Eagle again.
Oh, he's not doing that because the Winged Eagle would need the giant WWE logo in the middle of it.
No, it doesn't.
No, it has to be Goldust. Could you imagine Goldust going out there and bodying Solo Sikoa?
Or even worse, Goldust coming out and doing Shattered Dreams on Solo.
Nah,
hey, you want to be a farmer? Here's a couple of acres.
Benny, just because you said it, I want so badly for him to come out in full Goldust regalia. Oh. No,
see, Benny, now you've stirred shit.
I now want to see at WrestleMania 40 Goldust hit the Shattered Dreams to Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, that would be. Ooh.
What? Hey,
I'm curious to see night one. I want to see how much rust he has.
Cap, what's the old saying? The saying that tied the Anawai's and the Rhodes family. Thank you for the house. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I can totally see Rocky being like, for this story, for this moment, thank you for the house, Dusty, and letting that happen.
So looks like they have pulled Mats. It is Kittredge who is now in. Matty does not get his 4th K for Mats.
Pain. I just needed one.
And once again, Matty's parlay is poofed.
It's okay. It's okay. Back on the horse next week.
Matty, no matter how many times Matty gets bucked off the Tiger, he is just going to keep riding that bitch.
You think Terry Funk gave up, damn it?
Steve Chicken Shit Carino.
Terry Funk ain't wearing no damn mouthpiece.
Oh God! Honestly, that was whenever I was doing Wrestle Vault with John Rice. That was the one interview we really, really wanted, but weren't able to get because we reached out to all of Terry's people, but it was then that we found out he was in an assisted living facility at the time.
Cap was a little bit away from going to the Double Cross Ranch himself.
I was in Amarillo. I just didn't have the time. I had to catch a bus, but damn, I wanted to interview Terry Funk so bad. I loved interviewing Larry Zbyszko. I loved interviewing Gary Capetta. Yeah, I wanted so bad. Just give me 1 hour with Terry Funk.
An hour with Terry Funk.
Muncie is in. He is pinch hitting for Hernandez.
Well, guess what, Cap? Doesn't fucking matter because Steve Matz didn't get my 4th fucking strikeout.
Ay.
It's been a fun baseball game, though. It has been a fun baseball game.
Yeah.
So, Gavin Stone, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk on 85 pitches. With an ERA of 5.4 for today, do you see him getting better, or do you think that he's going to fizzle out? Because
the control is really good, and he also threw 64% of his pitches for strikes.
Yeah, I was about to say, ERA aside, he was on his game today.
He looked. The velocity there, base hit, right field.
Yeah, dude, give me a pitcher that can throw 98 on a 4-seam, hit you with a 95, 96 mile an hour sinker, and then drop a 76 mile an hour curveball on you. Go fuck yourself.
That's some nasty shit. So we've got runners on first and second, 1 out.
And his changeup even was in the mid 80s. Like, dude.
Yep.
That's Pedro Martinez level of differentials in speeds.
Well, actually, not quite. Pedro had about a 16 mile per hour difference between his fastball and his changeup.
Okay. Well,
Stone was at 10 or 12, which is that's where you want to be. Pedro had a 16 mile per hour difference, which is nuts.
I was talking almost a 20 mile per hour difference between fastball and curveball.
Well, the curve's always going to be a slow, but the changeup, your changeup
it's not always going to be that slow. I've seen people hitting the curveball for 80 miles.
But your changeup works off your fastball. But when you have that much of a differential, that's what makes it like Pedro had that 16 mile an hour difference. Typically, it's going to be 10, 11, 12. That's about average.
That's when the off speed is really off speed.
Yeah. But when it's that off speed like Pedro had, it was criminal how good he was with his fastball and changeup. Same for Felix Hernandez. He was insanely good. But that was when Felix lost his velocity, that was when he went to shit because, again, your changeup works off your heater, and when you lose that velocity, it just doesn't work. Yeah.
That why Pedro struck out 10 batters in the All-Star game. Again, the All-Star game.
I have an autographed Pedro jersey over here. Trust me, I'm a fan.
now, remember, the All-Star game, even back then, was when they told the players to go out there and say, hey, just play baseball. Have fun. Pedro's like, have fun, you say. Okay. Pedro went out there with the Bob Gibson mindset of, I'm going to strike this fucker out or I'm going to hit him.
Oh, God, I miss Pedro. Well, I still love to watch him on MLB Network because he's so damn entertaining and he's so fucking sharp.
He's still so knowledgeable about the game. And that's the big difference between, like the analysis for the NFL and the analysis for the MLB. Football players, sometimes they'll talk and they'll just like go on tangents because of the CTE. You don't get a whole lot of that with baseball players. Like, they still keep that sharp brain of theirs.
Well, Pedro and Pete Rose are still so damn intelligent when they talk about the little sciences of the game. I can listen. Oh, Dodgers get another run. They are mounting a comeback. Still only one out. It is 4-2 Cardinals, bottom of the sixth.
All right, and Cap, I do hate to do this. I got a trivia to go get ready for. So
Alrighty.
Thank you for having me on as always. I forgot that we were doing this today, to be completely honest. But to everybody that tuned in, thank you for watching. So on behalf of myself and Devin, we will see next weekend for WrestleMania. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated. Don't get arrested. Don't get pulled over in the state of Kansas. And I will see you all next time. Cap, carry this out and enjoy the game.
I shall remain. It is 4-2 Cardinals over the Dodgers. 2 outs, men on second and third for the Dodgers. Gavin Lux pinch hitting, and he takes a strike looking, an 86-mile-an-hour slider. Dodgers 6 hits, Cardinals with 7. Kittredge with the 0-1. And it's swung foul past the Cardinal dugout. Another hit for the Dodgers here, and they can really make this one interesting. Lux waiting for the 0-2. High fly to center. That will be playable. And that will be the end of the sixth. It is 4-2 Cardinals. And it will be Contreras, Burleson, and Walker coming up for the Cardinals. For the top of the seventh. You have to figure the Dodgers are going to be taking Vesia out after that atrocious 5th inning he had. I'm not sure who will be coming in for them. This has been a pretty entertaining game. 7 hits for the Cardinals, 6 for the Dodgers, 1 error for the Dodgers. Stone looked pretty good. Yep, it is 4-2. It was 4-0 coming into the inning, but Ohtani started the rally with that leadoff double. So we still got a game going here. A bloop and a blast, and this can be a tie ball game. Thank you all to everyone who has joined us so far tonight. It has been a load of fun. I'm still enjoying it. Nothing I love better than watching baseball with my friends. They are currently in the commercial break. It is the end of the sixth. It will be Arenado due up for the Cardinals, Contreras, and Burleson. Are they leaving Vesia in? Are the Dodgers? I wouldn't think they would be leaving him in. That's going to be ridiculous. He looked atrocious. Betts has moved to shortstop, Muncy at third base, Arenado at bat, and it's going to be Crismatt coming out for the Dodgers. I am not at all familiar with him either. Let us see here. Again, knowing Arenado, who I honestly feel like he is the best defensive player in baseball. 9 gold gloves to his credit. Arenado 0 for 3 tonight. Arenado up to the plate. That is going to be strike 1 to Arenado. Gavin Lux manning second for the Dodgers. That was an 82-mile-an-hour changeup, and that an 89-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball out and away, 1-1 count to Arenado from Crismatt. Another good breaking all, strike looking, 82 mile an hour changeup. And there is me puppy. Base hit for Arenado, his first hit of the season. So Cardinals have a man on, possibly looking to increase that lead here. And it is going to be Contreras up to bat for the Cardinals. Arenado at first. Dodgers really would like to see a double play here to quell this potential answer to the Dodgers' sixth inning from the Cardinals. 89 mile per hour strike, four-seam fastball. Charismat not really bringing the heat. There's another strike, 82 mile an hour changeup. Burleson, nothing in one. 80 mile an hour foul, an 80 mile per hour changeup fouled off. Charismat working the junk here, throwing those changeups and well-placed fastballs. 3 straight changeups by Charismat to Burleson. You think the scouting report to Burleson was, hey, he doesn't like the changeup, and he strikes out swinging. Jordan Walker, the right fielder, up to bat. 2 outs, a man on first. That is Arenado. Dodgers may just get out of this one here and look to put some more on the board in the bottom of the 7th. One pitch, ground ball to short. Mookie has it. And that will be this half of the inning. Dodgers due up. Bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time. Cap is going to refill his tea. And I will be right back, everyone. And the captain is back. His tea is refilled. It is the bottom of the 7th. And it looks like it's going to be Barnes, Betts, and Ohtani coming up. So Dodgers got a chance once again here to tie this one up. Barnes swings, fouls it off. Palante, the pitcher now in for the Cardinals, bottom of the 7th. It's been a pretty interesting game. I haven't seen any of these guys pitch before, except for Mats. It was nice to see Gavin Stone. Did not actually get to watch him at all last season, but kids got some gas. Betts 0 for 3 up to bat, top of the order. If the Dodgers are going to do it, this would be the opportune time for them to tie this game up with the Cardinals. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Do the Dodgers have some latter inning magic? 0-1 pitch to Betts. Strike looking, 81-mile-per-hour slider. And that is a ball sinker, 97 miles an hour, up and in. And that is going to be an out for Betts. He popped one up. So bottom of the 7th, 2 out, no one on. And Ohtani up to the plate. Last chance for the Dodgers here in the 7th. Let us see if the unicorn can strike again. And that is a 4-seam 96-mile-per-hour ball and a 4-seam strike looking at 95. It is a 1-1 count to Ohtani. And that is rifled in for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ohtani, 2 out, no one on. Things looking a bit bleak here for the Dodgers in the 7th. Palante's 1-2 pitch. Ohtani fouls it off. And that one is fouled off. 95-mile-per-hour 4-seam fastball. That one in the dirt. That'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ohtani. And that is going to be ball 3. 81-mile-per-hour curve, full count to Ohtani. Oh, 2-2, pardon me. Swing chopper. And that is going to be the end of the 7th. Dodgers sat down in order 9-1-2. Top of the 8th coming up. Cardinals up to bat. They're holding on to this 4-2 lead. Thank you all for still joining us here tonight. We have 20 pairs of eyeballs on us at the moment. Nothing Cap loves better than, as you can tell from the from my office broadcasting room here, nothing I love better than some baseball on Sunday night. Looks like for the Cardinals due up is going to be Scott, Wynn, Donovan, 891 for the Cards. Cardinals, they put up 4 runs throughout the early part of the game, got up 4-0. Ohtani started things off in the 6th, in the 5th. Actually, no, it was the 6th for Ohtani. It is 4-2. Dodgers aren't out of this one yet, but they need to get some magic going, and they have got to stifle these Cardinal bats, which at times tonight have been looking pretty good. Next week, however, we will not be doing Sunday Night Baseball, as it will be night 2 of WrestleMania 40. That will be the RAWBall podcast next weekend. We will be all mania'd up, but we will be back the following week with Sunday Night Baseball. But first one of the year, weren't going to let this one pass. Ground out, and Scott is out on the first pitch of the inning, 1 out. 4-3 put out. And that looks like it will be Wynn in the 9 hole coming up. He is 1 for 2 tonight with Donovan on deck. Dodgers trying to get out of this one quick and get their bats back going. Bottom of the 8th, it's going to be Freeman, Hernandez, and Taylor, heart of the order for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 8th. So they are trying to get out of this while the getting's good. Another strike in with the changeup for Chrismat. He managed to silence the Cardinals' bats since he's come in, which is exactly what the Dodger doctor ordered. Chrismat, formerly of the Diamondbacks organization. It is a 2-2 count to Win. Chrismat up to 18 pitches in his second inning of work for the Dodgers. And that is going to be a fly out. Wynn flies out to left field. That is going to bring up the leadoff man, Donovan. Donovan 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs tonight. And he takes first pitch strike looking, changeup, 82 miles an hour. Donovan in a very good position here for the Cardinals in that leadoff role. Got a chance to really do something this year. And it is going to be a 2-2 count to Donovan. Change up 81 mile per hour. In and away. That's how they're working Donovan. And that is going to be fouled off, a four-seam fastball at 88. Here comes the 6th pitch. And that one's going to be fouled off as well. And let's see here. Coming up on the 9th pitch of the at-bat, Donovan is fouling these off like crazy. And there is a 74-mile-per-hour curve coming up on pitch number 10 of the at-bat. Donovan really working this at-bat here. Strike 3 called for Donovan. Chrismat sits him down in order. That is the end of the top of the 8th. We are going to the bottom of the 8th. Dodgers coming up with the heart of their order. Now is going to be the time for them to try and get this one going. Boy, Donovan working a 10-pitch at bat. Even if nothing came of it, got to give him some credit there. And, yep, like we said, coming up for the Dodgers will be the heart of the order. Freeman, Teoscar Hernandez, and Taylor, the left fielder. 3, 4, and 5. And who will be pitching? Will Palante be coming back out for the Cardinals? Not sure exactly. Four to 2, bottom of the 8th, coming up here for the Dodgers. And it looks like they are going to leave. Excuse me. Looks like they are going to be leaving Palante in to pitch to the heart of the Dodger order. Freeman 0 for 2 tonight, hit by pitch. .96 on the gun for ball 1 for Palante. Ground ball up the middle, and that is going to be the first out of the inning. Cardinals holding on to this 4-2 lead with some pretty good pitching. That is going to bring up Teoscar Hernandez. Hernandez 1 for 3 tonight with a run, an RBI, and a strikeout. And that is going to be a four-seamer about middle in at 96 miles per hour. .86-mile-per-hour slider. That's for a ball. Foul down the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Teoscar. Drive to left. Headed back to the wall. It is gone. Teoscar homers. It is 4-3 Cardinals. Touch 'em all, Teoscar. And the Dodgers are 1 run away from tying this one up. And that is going to bring up Taylor, the left fielder, to try and keep this rally going. Taylor up. He is 1 for 1 with 2 walks tonight. Good eye by Taylor. Alante kicks and delivers. Swinging strike, 95 miles per hour, right down the middle. As you can see over in the corner to my left, that is my puppy Maggie catching some Z's. Ball and 2 strikes to Taylor. Palante bringing the heat on this one. Palante, 1-2 pitch to Taylor. Low and in. 2-2. That was a 97-mile-an-hour heater by Palante. Up to 22 pitches. That's going to be low. Full count. Dodgers can put Taylor on base here. They can take the lead with 1 swing of the bat. Ball 4, Taylor is walked. That is going to bring up Max Muncy to the plate. Muncy with a chance to give the Dodgers the lead here. If he can put 1 into the seats. And Palante, we have a pitching change. Palante exiting. And it is going to be bringing in left-hander John King to face the left-hander Muncy.
I don't know my days of the week.
And Maddie has returned. Well, you came back at just the right time. Teoscar just put 1 over the seats. They just walked Taylor, and Muncy is up to bat with a chance to.
So you said Teoscar Hernandez put 1 into the seats, and now they put 2 on.
No, Teoscar put 1 into the seats, made it 4-3. They just walked Taylor. Muncy is up with 1 out and a man on. So the Dodgers, with 1 swing of the bat, can take the lead here.
And let me get back on my ESPN Gamecast.
Yeah, Maddie, you're having calendar trouble today. You don't know whether to scratch your watch or wind your ass today.
I knew I had a stream on Monday. Did I remember what it was? Fuck no, it was the stream.
What you were thinking tonight.
Yeah, no, because I messaged Chris Cass, and if he's in the stream right now, he can verify. I was like, okay, boys, I'm in here, I'm up, and I'm ready. And Cass shoots me a message and goes, "Maddie, it's Sunday."
Well, glad to have you back.
And I'm like, oh boy, all of my days have officially merged into one.
Yay.
So we are here. I am back. I am playing a little bit of the show. What have I missed? Any crazy news or
nothing crazy? Like I said, they were sitting them down one right after the other. Then Teoscar homered. They walked Taylor. Cardinals made a pitching change. Muncy is up. Muncy swings and fouls one off.
So what are the odds we get Steven Matz back in there to pitch one more strikeout?
Well, by the rules of the game, once you pull a player, they cannot be put back in. So your parlay is pafoofed.
I know. I was just talking shit.
You know the rules. Muncy, 93-mile-an-hour sinker. Lefty on lefty here. John King pitching to Muncy. Taylor tries to steal second. It is not in time. Taylor steals second, so we have a man in scoring position. Muncy at the plate, 1-1 count. The Dodgers are looking to tie this puppy up.
Dodgers could tie and or win. This is crazy.
That is going to be ball 2, 92-mile-per-hour sinker.
So I bought a new TV.
You bought a new TV?
Yeah, I got a bigger TV so that way me and Laura can see shit.
What size TV did you get?
So we went from a
Hammer!
32.
Right field! It is gone!
Max Muncy hits a fucking home run.
2-run home run, Max Muncy. The Dodgers take the lead on Sunday Night Baseball.
We got a baseball game again, folks, in the bottom of the 8th.
He tattooed that one. Anything
Max
gets hit that
Muncy
far
also
ought to have a damn stewardess on it.
Max Muncy also coming in off the bench. Like, that is crazy.
420 feet.
He fucking killed that pitch.
That's what they call a piss rod.
That is, in the RAWBall terms, a cock shot.
Yeah, that was a cock shot. Teoscar's was a little bit more of a swamp donkey, but that was definitely a cock shot.
To hit 420 feet at sea level is crazy.
Outman, the center fielder, up for the Dodgers. And there's still 2 outs to go, so the Dodgers could still put more runs on the board in the bottom of the 8th. And you got to figure the Dodgers are going to be getting their closer ready for the top of the 9th.
Who is the Dodgers closer?
I do not know who their closer is this year. This is actually the first Dodger game I've watched this year.
Well, to be fair, we're only 4 or 5 games in, so that's fair enough.
And Outman is out. That is the second out of the inning. Gavin Lux coming in.
To have the last name Outman and be a baseball player, that's got to be some fucking, like, witchcraft, right? And I just hit a fucking cock shot dead center, Vladdy Jr. There we go, baby.
Maddie's hitting cock shots.
Let's see how far it went in Petco. That was a
0-1, 83-mile-per-hour swinging strike to Lux.
That was a whopping 453 dead center from Vladdy Jr. So I did a fantasy draft, and I got all the players from my fantasy baseball team.
Ah.
And I'm going to see if that doesn't win me a World Series.
Slider, 82 miles per hour, down and away. Another 93-mile-per-hour sinker down and away, pitching very carefully to Lux here. They have not put a single one in the strike zone.
And he's doing all off-speed breaking pitches. I mean, minus the sinker, but I don't
Strike
know.
looking 93 mile per hour on that one.
It barely hit the paint.
Cardinals 2-3-4 coming up in the ninth, so this one ain't over. Cardinals have the heart of their order coming up. Could be potentially looking at extra innings if the Cardinals are able to tie this one up in the ninth.
If it's either the Cardinals tie this up or we get to go to bed.
That is a 83 mile per hour slider, out, down, and away, full count, 2 outs to Galvin Lux.
I don't like a full count, even if you don't have anybody on base.
And Lux strikes out looking. We go to the top of the ninth. Dodgers will be bringing in their closer. Presumably, Cardinals have 2, 3, and 4 coming up in the order. Doesn't get much better than this for Sunday Night Baseball. This is just about what you would love to see.
Baseball terms, this is the heart of the order.
Oh, we got a busy week coming up. We got the RAWBall pod on Tuesday. Then we got WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday night.
Trivia tomorrow.
You have a show basically every night this week coming up, I believe.
Okay, so yeah, I've got the trivia show tomorrow. I've got RAWBall on Tuesday, Greg Cherry Wednesday, Thursday night. We might be
Crew
doing
Day.
something for we might be doing something for Crew Day. I don't know if I'm doing anything on Friday. Oh yes, I will. We're going to be watching Stand and Deliver. Saturday, I'll be watching WrestleMania. Sunday, I'll be watching WrestleMania. Monday, I have no idea what we're doing. Tuesday, we're back to the RAWBall podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of the best fucking weeks coming at you starting tomorrow.
And with you working days and Alora working, I mean, do you two ever get any time?
I get absolutely no sleep in terms of us getting time together. We actually had a lovely date yesterday.
Very nice. Yeah, you said you went to a Himalayan restaurant.
Yeah, we were up in Boulder and we went to a Himalayan restaurant, and something tells me that all the spices and seasonings did contribute to me needing to leave the open mic night karaoke last night. I digress.
You were like Tony Soprano in season 2 whenever he eats at the Indian restaurant and gets food poisoning and starts thinking that Big Pussy is a fish. Stand and Deliver is on Saturday morning, not Friday. Friday is SmackDown.
Why in the fuck don't they do Stand and Deliver on Friday?
Maddie, there's this thing on your phone called a calendar. I use it quite often to make sure that I'm, putting my dates and everything.
I've got 2 right here. Shameless plug. Strictly for the culture.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me turn on my...
I can't see anything except your bare chest. Okay, we have light. Oh, there's a calendar.
Shameless plug. Strictly for the culture. Okay, so Hall of Fame is live after SmackDown. That's probably what I'm going to be watching. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming it of any sorts, because I don't know if anybody streams the Hall of Fame. But
I'm going to be watching it just to see Heyman. I want to see.
I want to see who they use to induct everybody. Because
I'm sure they'll announce it sometime. If it's going to be a big name, they'll announce it just to get more. If it's going to be like Austin or Taker or Punk. Which I think.
Well, hell, if you don't have Medusa or Alundra Blaze inductable Nakano, who are you having inductable Nakano?
Oh, gosh, it has to be Medusa.
Like we could have Manami Toyota do it, but I don't think she speaks fluent enough English.
Dakota Hudson is the pitcher out for the Dodgers. I don't know if he's the official closer this year. I don't believe so.
Wasn't he relief pitcher for the Padres a couple years back?
He was also with the Cardinals for a while. He was a starter for the Cardinals.
Oh shit.
Well, he was kind of a swing. He was a starter and a reliever for the Cardinals. Goldschmidt. 5-pitch at bat. Swing and a miss. Goldschmidt goes down swinging. Dodgers are 2 outs away from an incredible and entertaining comeback win. Well, if all the other Sunday night baseballs this year are going to be as entertaining in this.
This is what we love about Sunday night baseball is we either get a blowout and we just shoot the shit for a few hours, or we
get a great game and we shoot the shit for a few hours.
like last year, opening day was such a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Raymond said Rock and Roman Reigns will be on Monday on the Raw going into Mania. And you know Cody Rhodes is going to be there either Monday or Friday.
That is a 95 mile per hour and then another 95 four-seamer, 1-1 to Gorman. Arenado on deck. 89 mile per hour changeup way out and away for ball 3.
6 mile per hour difference between fastball and changeup. That's not that good.
Nope.
If your changeup is coming in looking like a low running fastball, you're going over the fence almost every time.
Now that was a little far away to do anything with.
No, yeah.
Strike called, slider.
Oh, shit. But you know what I meant.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you put that one in the heart of the plate, that one could be taking a trip.
Yeah, send me a fastball going 90 over the plate. Any major league hitter is sending that.
Swung on, popped up, foul. 88 mile per hour slider.
Why is your slider slower than your changeup?
Maybe he was trying something new. Two, swing and a miss, strike 3. Cardinals down to their last out.
But it's Arenado, who's 1 for 4 on the night.
Well, I mean, Arenado's a hell of a player. I mean, other than Goldschmidt on the roster, who else would you rather have coming up in this moment? By the way, in Donovan's last at bat, Matty, you missed it. He worked a 10-pitch at bat.
Damn. Strike swinging, 95 mile an hour fastball, slightly outside of the zone.
This one could quickly be over for the Cards.
In a 3-hour baseball game, that's fucking
swing and a miss, 88 mile per hour slider after a 95 mile per hour four-seamer. Last strike, last out for the Cardinals.
You've got to be happy about this.
Yep.
Cap, you know smoking not good for the lungs. Buddy, we ain't here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
A good time. And, you know, I have to maintain this nice baritone of mine and keeping it soaked with tobacco and bourbon.
If the Terminator can smoke stogies, I can smoke a cigar every now and then.
Swing and a ground ball left side.
That's the ball game.
That is it. Dodgers complete the comeback 5-4 over the Cardinals. That
good game.
That's what I like to see. Hudson gets his first save of the year.
And the Dodgers take that series. So going on to hosting the Giants, right?
Host the Giants starting tomorrow, I believe. That puts the Cardinals starting the year at 1-3.
But their next series, they go on to San Diego. So that's not going to be easy for them at all.
San Diego, after they shot the bed last season, and I mean, Frank Reynolds dropped a turd in the bed last year.
The best batting order in baseball in the last 10 years, bro.
Yeah, and they just completely fucked up beyond.
But takeaways from the game, Looking on to next week, who do we have that we're going to be sitting? Oh, no. Next week, we've got Mania.
WrestleMania. Yeah.
So we won't be covering any baseball on Sunday, but 2 weeks' time, what are we going to be watching?
Let me take a look, Meow. I'm not even sure if they have announced that one, but let me take a look at the schedule.
We will also be doing another Take Over the Table that next Sunday, so.
Yeah. Looks like next Sunday is Houston at Texas. So the next Sunday, that would be April 14th. Looks like it is Padres at Dodgers for Sunday Night Baseball.
Okay. So we're going to cover another Dodgers game.
Well, we covered Padres Dodgers last year on one of the Sunday nights, and that was the night that the Padres just got pounced upon.
Oh, Lord. Well, we were also supposed to cover, it was supposed to be Bumgarner versus Kershaw's final game against each other, and something happened. We didn't catch that.
Yeah, either Kershaw got hurt or Bumgarner.
I think Bumgarner got benched.
Yeah. No, he got DFA'd.
That's right. He got DFA'd.
He got DFA'd, and Arizona's still eating that fucking contract because Bumgarner has not re-signed anywhere.
And one other thing, the UFL kicked off this weekend. I do have the official scores from every game. So Birmingham beat the Arlingtons 27-14. The Battlehawks lost to Michigan 16-18. DC Defenders, if I'm not mistaken, they won the championship last year. They lost to the San Antonio Brahmas 12-27. And the Memphis Showboats came out and beat the Houston Roughnecks 18-12. So, UFL kicking off. We got sports left, right, and center. Are we going to cover...
This is the best time of year for sports, other than football.
Are we going to cover an Angels game? It depends on if they play in the Sunday night slot.
They'll get one at some point.
It's just if we'll cover it or not. Like if we're available, if there's a wrestling pay-per-view, it all depends on schedule.
By the way, this is NC State's first Final Four since '83, and we know what happened in '83. Jimmy Valvano led them to the championship.
So what you mean to tell me is throw $150 on NC State? Babe, I'm
you'd be better donating that money to the Jimmy V Foundation than actually wagering it. If you want to just toss $150 out, at least give it to a great cause, the Jimmy Valvano Foundation.
We do not have a mortgage yet, but it's going on NC State.
Oh boy,
this is a total joke. Anywho.
Matty's not that much of a degenerate gambler. He's not laying the mortgage payment on a.
I'm not stupid. The woman laying in bed will have me fucking murdered.
Yes.
But anyways, aside from that,
she will take a rusty knife and remove parts of your body that will prevent you from ever making her with child.
Yeah. But yes. That was our game. Other than that, we've got a very busy week. We already talked about it. I've got a trivia show tomorrow, which I thought was today. We've got RAWBall on Tuesday. I got
WrestleMania preview
on Wednesday. I'm also probably doing something with Remy and Suge on Wednesday. Maybe. Thursday, hopefully crew day. Friday, if anybody needs me.
Hey, I'm Friday. I don't know. Well, no, I got Saturday night and Sunday night doing Mania. Probably need to spend some time with John Friday night.
Yeah, I was about to say Friday. Spend it with your family. I don't know if I'm doing anything on Friday. I might.
You and Laura take Friday off. Go out to a nice place. Get a nice meal. We did that. We did that yesterday. We gonna probably just sleep that Friday. We'll do it again. You two deserve time together.
And then, Saturday, Sunday, Mania. I will be there early on Saturday to do stand and deliver because.
Oh, that's right. You're going to be
NXT is going to fucking cook on Saturday, and I am excited.
It's Mania weekend.
I don't think we've been this busy since Super Bowl, and that was like a month ago. So, but
Then we
after
got
this, it's going to be our nice little lull period. Like we're just watching.
Well, no, because we got
watching baseball.
Well, we're watching baseball. We're going to have the NFL draft. Don't forget that. We've got the Triple Crown of races coming up. Kentucky Derby.
Gamble on horse races. Are there any good named horses out there?
Well, I mean, it's a little early for them to announce the field for the Derby. That race isn't until May.
I'm just asking for names. I'm not asking. I want Rocket Pop to win my fucking Triple Crown. God damn it!
If you ever see a horse on a betting slip, it's like death match or funk you or something, you are going to be laying the.
If I see a horse out there named Funk You or Funk University, I'm throwing $1,000 on that horse.
You don't even have $1,000.
I know. Leave me alone.
He'll borrow it from a loan shark, then he'll really be in trouble.
I will not borrow it from a loan shark. I know my boundaries.
Well, it could be a loan shark like John Travolta in Get Shorty, where he's, a
John
loan
Travolta,
shark.
I think John Travolta's facing some charges right now, or is that Baldwin?
That's Baldwin.
That's Baldwin. Okay. I get those two confused all the time. Anywho. Did you see Adam Copeland versus Matt Cardona? I have not had a chance to, but I heard it was good fun.
I did too. And Edge looks good with that TNT title, I must say.
Little weird that he stole Janice from Abyss, but Cap, other than that, do we have anything else that we want to plug? Do.
RAWBall on Tuesday night, going to be the WrestleMania preview show. And then it is just a hoot and a holler into Lordsburg, as they said in Stagecoach, as we get to WrestleMania weekend.
And I know I said it once earlier in the show, but this is the part in the show where I remind you all to stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated, don't get arrested, don't get pulled over in the state of Kansas, and we will see you all next time. Thank you, Cadillac Jack.